Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 with another movie review. I just recently got to see Planes, Fire and Rescue. Actually, I have the DVD, but it had been a long time since I had actually had the opportunity to sit down and watch it. And honestly, I could say it was much better than the first one. And I was really quite surprised. The voices of Dane Cook and Brad Garrett and Patrick Warburton, although I don't think they credited Patrick Warburton, but he was in it too. And all the voices that were involved, they did just an absolutely tremendous job. And I just thought that it was so far better than the first one. That's really quite an achievement to make. Because, well, through a series of events, well, now I can't even tell you because if I do, it's going to ruin the film. So, if you've seen the first movie, you know that Dusty's whole life has been racing, and he's even raced around the world. But I'm not going to tell you how this particular film ends, because if I do, like I said, spoiler alert, ahoy, I won't do that. I'm way too nice to do such a thing. But the animation is absolutely gorgeous. The characters are terrific. They're they're quirky and they're fun and they're eccentric, and it's just the type of characters I enjoy. You know, kind of off the wall characters. And it also has a really good message. And the message is, just because something doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out, it often leads to something better that you weren't expecting. And I can say that from my own life and getting a job at a place I don't necessarily enjoy working, but I'm grateful to have the job. And you know, I haven't found the right person in my life yet, but I feel that someday it'll happen. And even if it doesn't, it's not like it's the end of the world. So it does give me a lot of hope. I like the parody of Chips that they had in the movie, and it was really hysterical. I was just laughing my butt off. Music was great. I thought the selection of background music was absolutely perfect for the mood and the scenarios that were unfolding. I like the fact that they dedicated it to firefighters who, like one of the forklifts says, they go into danger to save people they don't even know, and it's true. And so do police officers, for that matter, and paramedics. I'm kind of biased about paramedics, though, because I had a teacher who was a paramedic, and he told us some really grisly stories of the things that he underwent, and I'll never forget that. I was so touched by his experience, and it really brought me closer to getting the gist of what an emergency response member really does, and how important learning CPR is. As far as movies are concerned, I really love this one. I thought that it was perfect all the way through. I had no nags about it. I got all of the innuendo. I know a lot of children probably wouldn't, unless they were very precocious. As a film for children, I could see that probably 7 and up would be the most acceptable age for them to see this one, because fire can be really frightening. And even when I saw some of the scenes with the big fires bursting out, it was kind of frightening for me too. Although I've never really been in a fire like that, nor do I want to be, but still there's something very unsettling about fires that spread like that. and it just reminds me of all the wildfires in California, and I think that's where it was set. Either California, Idaho, I'm not sure, Iowa. Could be any of those places. It seemed like California, like it was kind of a satire of California. But I just really admire those courageous souls that go out into the maelstrom, so to speak. Anyway, it was a really good movie, and I give it 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down. It was absolutely sensational. There was nothing in it at all that I thought was worth nagging about. And Laster again, he hits a home run, and they have Rathsberger again. Rathsberger plays just a cameo character in the background. I thought, yep, Rathsberger, he's definitely their lucky charm, and he's been there since the days of Toy Story. Which, believe it or not, there's gonna be a 4th Toy Story, people. That'll be intriguing. I thought they wrapped it up really nicely with the 3rd and how everything was brought to a close, but apparently the 4th one involves a romance of some kind. So that'll be really interesting and really intriguing, and I'm super excited to see where that will head, because I absolutely love Toy Story. It's one of my favorites, other than The Incredibles. They're finally making a second Incredibles. They greenlit it. I read about it. I'm hoping that that's not just hearsay and that they're pulling my strings, because if they are, then I'm going to be kind of upset. And of course, Finding Nemo. They're talking about Finding Dory, so I am super pumped on that. And like most people, I saw Big Hero 6, and I love Big Hero 6. And I'm eager to see Inside Out, which looks very promising, and I can't wait to see it. But other than that, I think that Disney is doing quite well, and I may even see Cinderella. I'm not for sure, because a lot of people saw Maleficent and they didn't really care for it. I actually liked Maleficent, and don't get me wrong, I know she doesn't turn into a dragon like she does in the original Sleeping Beauty. I actually prefer the original Sleeping Beauty over Maleficent, but I do like Maleficent quite a bit. I'm hoping that they don't do the same thing with Cinderella. I'm hoping that they kind of stick to the original story more than they did with Maleficent in and of itself. That's basically all I have to say, and what I'm looking forward to. Quite a few things, and Insurgent's coming out fairly soon, as well as the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel, which, yeah, I was a gargantuan fan of the first one. The first one by far was probably the most sensational movie I've ever seen, because I'm a big fan of Bollywood, as you probably will know. I don't really hear a lot about Bollywood that much anymore. I used to watch ABS religiously. I don't speak Hindi, so I don't understand a word they say. So I'm just sitting there like, what? Just go back into your English so I could get the gist of what you're talking about. But I haven't really heard much about what's in the realm of Bollywood. I don't really get to see too terribly much of any films from Bollywood, sadly. I'd like to see Dawn 3, because I loved Dawn 1 and 2, and they were both outstanding. Yeah, Dawn 3 should probably be sensational, knowing how well they did on the first 2. And I like the man who plays Dawn. He's very handsome. Needless to say, I find him very appealing. I love Akasha Kumar. He's probably one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Aishwarya Rai. Yeah, everybody loves Aishwarya Rai. She's Indian royalty. Who can't love her? I really don't know what else to say other than these are the things that inspire me. And of course, I'm working on a few things right now. So I've been busy, busy, busy. And until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.